Thank you for your patience. Lots of information with B-roll in the background, so just close your eyes and hear my voice. It works so much better. Hello YouTubers, this is a noobifier. As you may have seen, the 3.15 patch has been sent to EVO to test. The notes were leaked as usual, and I don't even know why CIG has a secret team under NDA anymore. Why not just have the same group of people test like they do, but just publish the current patch notes? We're all adults. We understand that things can change. This is a thick patch. I hope things go smoothly heading into CitizenCon, so let me break this down as I do. These notes are for 3.15.0. Usually the .0 notes are much more detailed, but we know that they're not fully realized versions with all the features. This patch will have a full wipe when it goes live to prepare for the changes having to do with inventory and some other things like bugs. The current focus is on personal inventory, healing, actor status, hospitals, the A2 Starlifter, bombing, improvements to Orison. They also included a laundry list of current known bugs. The new hospitals are parts of existing major landing zones. The new clinics are new parts of existing major space stations. This also adds the additional emergency elevator inside the landing zone hangars that'll transport players directly to the hospital. This first iteration will have hospitals in Orison, New Babbage, Grimhex, and clinics in space stations. Players who originally spawn in Area 18 or Lorville will have their default hospital set at the orbiting station nearest, and Lorville and Area 18 will be getting hospitals in a future release. They added beefier defenses at controlled sectors around the universe in the form of unmanned missile turrets. A very big one that was recently discussed is personal inventory. Players will now physically store weapons, gadgets, consumables, healing items on their person and in vehicles via backpacks, pockets, and containers. This new system removes the old inventory app on the Mobiglass and adds a new local inventory system that you can access by pressing I on the keyboard. Current landing zones share inventories with their low orbit stations above the planets. Tabs allow navigation between locations, vehicle, external, and personal inventory. Players can navigate between each tab and move items from one to the other. Armor and clothing also have their own inventory containers. These are nested. Choosing your start location in 3.15 matters. Before starting the game and spawning, you will now need to specify your home location. Party join won't be an option until that location has been set. Any items you own after the wipe will be added to the home location inventory. If an item is left in an inventory and you leave that location, it'll remain there, but you won't be able to do anything with it unless you return. This is broken down twice further. Character inventory. That inventory is no longer restricted just to commodities and can now contain FPS armor, weapons, clothing, consumables. Items can be dragged and dropped from an inventory container or from the character directly onto the floor. Weapon attachments can be dragged directly onto the weapons. If a player is downed or killed, other players are able to loot via the interaction menu and take all items from the player. Anything the player had with them is lootable, and if nothing happens to that body in 2 hours, it'll just despawn. The next level is vehicle inventory. Any vehicle that you can walk around has lockers inside, and any vehicle that doesn't has a storage locker on the outside. If a ship is destroyed or self-destructs, all the kit that's in it will manifest as a large cargo box, allowing people to loot the items. As we were told on Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live, this is a complete overhaul of the healing and actor health systems, which determine the effect of the damage on the player. As the player, you'll see these as minor visual or audio feedback. If a player is damaged too much, they enter a down state. You're incapacitated, and you're going to enter ragdoll. You won't be able to move or interact with anything, and your vision will fade in and out. You'll see a timer with time before death. That duration can be shortened greatly by receiving additional damage due to bleeding, dehydration, temperature. Instant death can be caused if you receive an extreme amount of damage. The player will be able to see a button that will let you trigger a service beacon. This will let you call for help. A second player can use a medical pen, and that'll bring you back to 50% health. The medical gun and multi-tool have healing attachments that can fire a magic beam. And that's the method of delivering the healing drug. Magic beams for magic guns. After a player dies, they will now regenerate in a medical bed instead of in a hab bed. If a player's set regeneration location isn't available, the player will simply respawn at their home. Like any video game, when an actor's body part is damaged, a corresponding amount of wear damage is applied to that same body part. Healing increases HP but doesn't affect wear damage. When enough wear is occurred, the body part will still gain injury. More wear is more damage. Tier 3 can remove minor, Tier 2 can remove moderate, and Tier 1 can remove anything. Hurt locomotion is triggered anytime a body part reaches severe. If it's a leg and it reaches moderate, you'll still see it. The player is forced into prone until it's fixed. And if you receive a severe arm injury, then your arm's locked until it's fixed. Blood drug level is brand new. It goes up anytime a player has medication, drugs, or drinks alcohol. This will go down over time. When you hit 100%, you'll enter overdose and take more damage. Injuries can be masked, but you get closer to overdose. Drugs remain in a character system for a specific duration. Medical guns and medical multi-tools are new. With magic healing beams, players are able to administer drugs via this magic healing beam when they're within 5 meters of their player target. Both the medical gun and the medical multi-tool will display health and actor status. We have some new UI to play with. This will tell you more about the injuries. You have global health information, health, bleeding, time of death, any administered drugs, and their time remaining. As you point to different body parts, the UI changes and gives you more information. It has a self-healing mode, and we already know that the medical beds come in 3 different flavors, 3, 2, and 1. Those are your tiers. Hangars now have that new emergency drop-off elevator, which I spoke about earlier. We now have bombs and bomb gameplay, which are added to 315. Port Olisar was relocated into a new orbit. That's it. A ton of great looking changes that will hopefully breathe new life into Star Citizen. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.